Okay, hey everybody, welcome back for another Microsoft Flight Simulator video. Normally I would say Flight Simulator 2020, but this time we have Flight Simulator 2024 up and running. I had some free time this weekend and figured now might be a good time to get the new Flight Simulator up and running and get everything ported over and see if I could get all of the add-ons and everything working properly, and I think we're finally at the point where that's the case. So just to kind of roll through some of the things we set up here, I have OBS running because I'm recording this. We're using OpenTrack to track head tracking. We're using, this is Beam Eye Tracker. That's another application that in combination with OpenTrack, it tracks head tracking. What else? The main Flight Simulator running in multi-windowed, so you're seeing 3 windows. We have the pop-out panel manager, which is how I've popped out my, this is my backup here. You can see I'm running multi-monitors, and then I have my touchscreen cockpit here with our popped-out panels running through pop-out panel manager, which automatically pops them out and resizes them, as well as it makes everything touchscreen, so I can actually touch my touchscreens and interact with it that way. So now that everything's all set up, it took me quite a few hours, a good portion of the day, to get everything set up and working. Another thing that I have running here is my moving map app, so that you can see the moving map up in the top corner of the screen. So now that we have everything up and running, I figure we'll go for a flight. This is kind of the first flight with everything up and running. I've taken a few test flights after getting individual parts and pieces working, but we're kind of doing this one live. And also I just downloaded, I'm running on a free trial of SayIntentions.ai for artificial intelligence air traffic control, so we'll see how that works as well. In the description of this video, I'll include a link to a document that I've been putting together, which just kind of tracks. So this document here is a porting guide. It started out as a guide of me porting my old simulator PC. I built a new PC and sold the old one. So this guide started as a guide for myself, just so I could take notes on how I get all these add-ons working and playing nicely together. So it started as a old PC to a new PC porting guide, and now with Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 out, I've kind of modified it into a 2020 to 2024 porting guide as well. So it goes into my build, what I have for hardware. It talks about my first PC boot and some of the things I ran into and some of my solutions. It talks about installing Windows 11 versus Windows 10 that I was running the old simulator on. I talk about installing some of the software to get the computer up and running, as well as like RGB inside the PC, because that's always a pain in the neck. I talk about how I used my old M.2 NVMe drive from my old computer as a third hard drive, just so that if I ever needed to, I could boot into my old computer, a hard drive using my new hardware. That way, if I ran into simulator issues or if I had documents I wanted to find, I could let me go ahead and put this in do not disturb. I should have done that already. Yeah, so that way I could, if I ever needed to reference things that I had set up with the old simulator, I could reference it off of the old hard drive to refresh my memory or grab helpful files. I talked through the 2020 installation on the new PC, and then I talked through the 2024 installation on the new PC, which I went through this weekend. I talk about setting up multi-monitors, setting up custom views, getting rid of the heads-up display. That's no longer a TBD. I can talk through that. That's in settings. Let's see. I'll add that after the fact. Software programs. So this is all the software applications I have playing nicely together. I don't use Zoom anymore, so I can actually get rid of that. I now use a virtual green screen so that you can see my face. I'm running OBS for recording. I'm running Air Manager. We're in a beta version of Air Manager in order to get all this stuff working, because the old version of Air Manager didn't support 2024. I talked through SayIntentions instruments, which is the instruments you see here on my monitor, the touch screens, and all of the custom panels that I have working inside of Air Manager. So here's the custom panel stuff, how to port your old stuff over to the beta version of Air Manager. It almost looks in Air Manager like you're restricted to using in the beta version only a handful of panels that are there and not custom panels, but that's not the case. I found out you can add custom panels, and I can pull up my Air Manager just to show you. So I'm running in the beta version here, and these are the panels that I was able to add there. So here's some instructions on how to do that. I talk about my pop-out panel manager and how to get that working. Talk about some Mobi flights. I'm not entirely sure what I was using this for. I just put it in here because I've used it in the past, and I don't know if I'm even using it anymore, but I figured I'd put it in here for the hell of it. Then Open Tracker and Be My Track, just some notes on how to get that working. Beyond ATC, SayIntentions, or Pilot Edge, whatever you want to use for a custom air traffic control network. Talk about using my microphone through those, as well as for recording. I talk about the Avera Maps app that I am using and how you're able to see my map on the screen. And that's pretty much it for this. So maybe there's some notes in there that might be helpful to somebody. Feel free to take a look. Again, link in the description. So let's give this a test drive and go for a flight, now that we're probably 10 minutes into the video already. So all this SayIntentions stuff, literally doing this live, we'll see how it goes. So we'll start out by, I already plugged in ATIS here, we'll put that in.
G, altitude, and if flight following is requested, read back all runway and hold short instructions. VFR departures, contact clearance delivery on 135.05, advise on initial contact you have information Victor.
So information Victor.
John F. Kennedy International Airport, information Victor. 0051 Zulu.
13505.
Wind 290 at 9er. Visibility 10. Sky conditions, view at 18,000 feet. Scattered at 5,000 feet. Temperature.
Alright, so that's clearance. I'm actually going to take out a piece of paper to write on. That way I'm not, just feel like if I try to do it, taking notes on my phone, it's not going to work out so well. So let's make a call to clearance delivery. Kennedy clearance, November 935, Whiskey Tango. Yes, of course. Am I hearing myself echoing there? Kennedy clearance, November 935, Whiskey Tango. We're holding short on runway, I believe we're on 31, VFR to LaGuardia.
Experimental 935 Whiskey Tango, Kennedy clearance. Hey Matthew, the boys in the FBO told me you were new here. Welcome to SayIntentions. Cleared to LaGuardia, radar vectors Apple. Then as filed, climb and maintain 4,000. Departure on 135.9er squawk 6265. 5 Whiskey Tango, you're on the clearance frequency. For VFR departure, contact ground or tower for further instructions. Your IFR clearance is for runway 22 right. Cleared to LaGuardia via radar vectors Apple, then as filed. Climb and maintain 4,000. Departure on 135.9er squawk 6265.
American 142 information November request IFR clearance to equal.
Clearance on request, standby. Clearance Air Canada 1425 Heavy, requesting clearance to Montreal.
I'm working on that clearance. Stand by.
Kennedy clearance, experimental 935 Whiskey Tango. We're going to squawk 6265, 135.9 for departure. Climb and maintain 4,000 feet. Cleared to Apple, then as filed. We're VFR and expecting runway 22 right.
Five Whiskey Tango, read back, correct?
Cleared Indianapolis, radar vectors, RBV, Venice file, climb and maintain,
Alright, so we're just going to put in tower frequency because
10 minutes after departure. Departure on 35.9.
Because we're already on the runway here.
475, FedEx 1190.
Head away.
FedEx 1190. Read back correct. Ground will be on
So
125.05.
22 right, they said. Let's see if that's where we are right now.
Clear to Myrtle Beach via the D5 departure, then as filed. Climb and maintain flight level 190. Expect flight level 320.
We're on. So expect 22 right.
Departure on 135.
Close to it.
9er, squawk
So we'll call
6545.
ground and request a taxi to 22 right.
American 2450, read back correct.
Clearance delivery, good morning, King Air, Alpha Bravo Charlie. We are requesting our IFR clearance to Philadelphia Airport, and we have information Lima.
Ground is 1.
Clearance on request. Stand by.
The 602 in.
Kennedy ground, November, experimental 935 Whiskey Tango, ready to taxi VFR for 22 right. So I believe we're right here.
Experimental 935, Whiskey Tango, Kennedy ground, taxi to runway 22 right via Yankee Foxtrot. And remember, you're still on ground frequency, not tower.
Taxi via Yankee, then Foxtrot to 22 right, and understand we're on ground. 935 Whiskey Tango. This is awesome. So this artificial intelligence is so good. I'm already blown away. Of course, I'm responding to them using plain English, and my radio calls are all,
This is 90 Echo Papa
jacked up
Alpha,
because I haven't done this in a long time.
clearance.
Yet it's able to get
Clearance on
everything I'm
request.
saying,
Stand by.
and it confirms what I've said right, and it corrects
FedEx
me when I've said
9er87
wrong.
Kennedy ground
So
pushback
as
and start
a
approved.
real-life pilot
Just make
who
sure
has
that
gotten
tug doesn't
very
run over any
rusty at
turtles
this,
out there.
because I haven't flown
Taxi to
an airplane
runway
in a
4
couple
left
years now.
via Alpha Bravo and Charlie.
This, I can
Contact
see, is
tower
being
when ready for
super helpful to
departure.
us. So far,
Information
I'm
kilo is
very
current.
impressed with,
Pushback and start
yeah,
approved.
very impressed with
FedEx 987.
SayIntentions so far.
Kennedy
Alright, so we're looking for Yankee. I believe this is Yankee ahead of us.
Taxi to parking General Aviation. Beechcraft Hotel 137. Bravo Kennedy ground taxi to General Aviation parking via Foxtrot Yankee Zulu Juliet Zulu. And try not to get lost, okay?
So I'm doing this strictly based on signs that I see in the
Ground
simulator.
Emirates 7, request taxi.
Of course, we're at JFK.
Emirates 7, push and
So
start
radios
approved, tail southwest.
are busy as hell, which...
Emirates 7, ready for taxi.
Shoot. Am I on... I might be...
Southwest 826, holding short,
I think I'm on 22. Southwest
326. Cross 31 left at Kilo, continue taxi via Bravo, hold short of 4 left. Watch for those tugs, they might just race you to the runway.
We're totally screwing this up.
Cross 31 left at Kilo, continue taxi via Bravo, and hold short of 4 left. Then I will watch those tugs. Southwest 826.
So Yankee then Fox, they say.
Ground and 789 Lima, just south of the
Okay, so we're on
terminal.
Fox here.
Taxi to right as well.
Seems like the taxi is...
Learjet
the taxi
3585, Mike Sierra.
So
All the early bird catches the worm, or in your case, the clearance. Taxi to runway 22 right via Charlie Foxtrot
That's
Echo.
not super clear
Hold
right
short
there.
of 22 right. And for your grand voyage to Boston Logan contact clearance
This is
delivery
awesome
on
how crowded radio is,
135.05.
Don't forget to squawk and talk it.
It adds
Busy sky out there.
just enough distraction that it makes it difficult for me to focus on what I'm doing, trying to talk to you guys, trying to look at my maps here, and at the same time not missing a call if they decide to call. I needed 22 right. It wasn't right. God damn it.
Learjet 35A5, Mike Sierra taxi to runway 22 right via Charlie Foxtrot, Echo hold short of 22 right. For clearance to Boston Logan contact, clearance delivery on 135.05.
For the
Remember
record,
it. Jungle out there,
if I
squawk
was
with
flying
care.
in real life, I would not be flying at this busy of an airport. With this confusing taxiway. Alright, so one thing that I'm noticing right now is my FPS is absolutely Alright, so we're on Fox, and we're holding short of 22 right.
10X Sierra 2 Whiskey Kennedy ground. Oh, the early bird wants to push back already. Pushback approved, and since you're itching to get going, taxi to runway 13 right via Alpha and Bravo. Don't forget information Juliet is current, and watch out for those tugs. They might be slower than your morning coffee.
Wow, we are tipping.
Sierra 2 Whiskey Kennedy ground. Oh, the early bird wants to push back already. Pushback approved. And since you're itching to get going, taxi to runway 13 right via Alpha and Bravo. Don't forget information Juliet is current, and watch out for those tugs. They might be slower than your morning coffee.
Turn off progressive taxi.
Tahoe, 114, progressive taxi off. You're on your own now. Good luck.
Can't get a word in. Kennedy Tower, experimental 935, Whiskey Tango. On Fox, holding short, 22 right, ready for takeoff. We'd like to switch tower. Alright, so we'll
5 Whiskey Tango, you're still on ground frequency. Contact tower for takeoff clearance.
switching tower, 5 Whiskey Tango. Alright, tower.
5 Whiskey Tango, contact tower on 119.1 for takeoff clearance.
11901 for takeoff clearance, 935 Whiskey Tango. They're trying to get rid of me. 119. Kennedy Tower, experimental 935 Whiskey Tango, holding short, 22 right on Fox, ready for takeoff, VFR to LaGuardia. I don't think I need to tell them that, they know that already.
Experimental 935 Whiskey Tango, Kennedy Tower, runway 22 right, winds 300 at 7. Fly heading 220, cleared for takeoff.
American 2450, contact departure.
Going to departure.
Fly heading 220, clear for takeoff, runway 22 right, experimental 935 Whiskey Tango. Alright, lights. All our lights are on. Turn on the taxi light for effect. Doesn't work.
Beechcraft 9001 Bravo, cleared to land runway 12, caution wake turbulence from the departing jet.
Frequency.
Cleared to land runway 12, Beechcraft 9001 Bravo.
Fuel's all the way rich.
United 510 Kennedy Tower, winds 200 at 26, runway 22 right, cleared for takeoff.
6265.
Runway 22 right, cleared for takeoff, United 510.
5-1.
TBM Delta Echo Foxtrot, Kennedy Tower, contact departure on 135.9er.
Roger, going to departure. Thank you. Good day. TBM Delta Echo Foxtrot.
Super stuttery, super low frame rate.
13 right, Papa Foxtrot.
Citation, Lima 76, Kennedy Tower, winds 140 at 8, runway 13 right, cleared for takeoff.
Frame rate's brutal. Also doesn't help that it's cold.
Delta 424, contact departure on 135.9er.
Tower Delta 424, 1500.
420, reaching mile, 13 right, touch and go.
United 420, runway 13 right, cleared for the option.
Heading 220.
EMPP Tree Alpha Zulu, easy 134, runway 4 left is not available, runway 22 right, line up and wait.
Line up. Easy 134.
EMPP Tree Alpha Zulu, easy 134, there is no traffic currently lined up on runway 22 right. Confirm you are ready for departure.
So I think what I'm finding out
To
here.
line up on runway 22 right, easy 134.
Whoops. Oh, that didn't.
Present 2 Tango Whiskey, clear runway 31 left, climbing through 1400.
So I guess my hotkeys here.
Vision 2 Tango Whiskey, contact departure.
Over to departure, 2 Tango Whiskey.
Or was that in the same? Maybe good. I'm supposed to be flying 220. But yeah, my autopilot on my touch controls doesn't work, so I'm gonna have to figure that one out. Wow. So my hotkeys on my OBS stream are also affecting my views. They're actually not changing my views at all. Interesting.
Kennedy Tower, Kodiak Air,
So those are some things I'm gonna have to fix.
request IFR clearance to Bangor Main,
Let's see if we can get the map up here.
Information India.
I am working on that clearance. Stand by.
Tower 1 day.
That's super annoying. Sorry about that.
KLM climb and maintain 2000.
And we're switching to
Tower
departure.
American 417 holding short at runway 13 right.
135.
Papa, we are ready for departure.
American 417 Kennedy Tower, runway 13 right, cleared for takeoff.
I don't think I can just switch on my own. I'll get in
Landing at runway 2 ILS 22 left.
Cirrus November 217 Alpha Tango, Kennedy Tower, cleared ILS approach, runway 22 left, fly heading 2 tree, maintain 3000
just gonna
until
switch.
established on the localizer report ILS established.
Kennedy Tower, JetBlue 678, we are descending 3,000 feet on the RNAV Zulu approach for runway 31 right.
JetBlue 678 Kennedy Tower, runway 31 right, cleared RNAV Zulu approach.
American 1511 requesting IFR clearance to Boston.
AL 1511 Kennedy Tower, cleared to Boston via the Roebuck 3 departure, then as filed. Climb and maintain 3000, departure 120.4 squawk 2547.
4,000.
Expect runway 13 for departure. Information Victor is current.
Kennedy Tower, good morning. Skywest 510 holding short, 22 right, ready for departure.
Skywest 510 Kennedy Tower, winds 179er at 6, runway 22 right, cleared for takeoff.
Yeah, that looks right. So I can show you what I'm doing. Okay, LGA. So I'm just trying. What's funny though is this is realistic because in real life, in an aircraft, you're going to be getting jostled around by turbulence, the wind, and like the touchscreen, you're going to fat key the wrong thing.
Baron 07 Foxtrot, runway 4 right, cleared for the option.
Okay, but I'm clearly too sensitive
runway
here.
4 right, 207 Foxtrot.
These are things you do have the ability
Just
to
ask for a progressive taxi,
to adjust.
and they'll turn on the taxiway lights for you if you're lost.
So that flight plan is good.
Delta 3897, contact departure. Departure now, full on, Delta 3897. Delta 3897, roger, contact departure.
Piper 5, Romeo Papa, contact departure on 123.7.
123.775 RC.
Alright, so we're going to Apple. We're supposed to be flying 220. We are.
Good evening, yes, the flight ready to take off from runway 1.
And I'm going to switch over to
MBS 705, Kennedy Tower, winds 169er at 20, runway 13 right, cleared for take.
1359. That's not right though. Whoa! Ho ho ho! That's not what we want. That's an engine failure. And we are way over the water. Kennedy Tower, November 935 Whiskey Tango. We have an emergency. We're feet wet over the water with an engine failure. Request immediate approach to nearest airport. Oh, shit.
5 Whiskey Tango, radar contact, clear, direct Apple. Expect the ILS runway 22 approach into LaGuardia. MIP 4 arrival, descent in about 10 minutes. If you'd like to descend now, just say the word.
Kennedy approach 935 Whiskey Tango, need an immediate descent to the airport. We had an engine failure. We're at 4,000 feet over the water on approach back to the airport. 935 Whiskey Tango. So I need an airspeed that I can make this. So we got a long ways to go. We're up 119.1, which is the tower. All right. Now that we're on approach, let's get the engine running again.
Experimental 935 Whiskey Tango, Kennedy Tower, descend and maintain 2,000 feet. You are cleared into the Kennedy Class Bravo airspace. Expect vectors for ILS runway 22 at LaGuardia. American 2450, contact departure.
On to departure, American 2450. Could you give me the frequency, please?
Kennedy Tower, 935 Whiskey Tango, will expect vectors. Understand we'll be maneuvering at our own risk. We don't have an engine, so we're on a glide, and we need to make sure we can hit the landing zone. The air traffic control you get out of this is unbelievable. The fact that it can...
5 Whiskey Tango, cleared for the ILS approach to runway 22 at LaGuardia. You are cleared into the Kennedy Class Bravo airspace. Winds 300 at 7. Runway 22, cleared to land.
Clear to land, runway 22, cleared into the Bravo, experimental 935 Whiskey Tango. Thanks for the help. Runway 22. So we're on a base here. I don't think we're going to make that, though.
Comanche 0 Alpha Sierra, unable to provide radar services, contact New York departure on 135.9er for flight following to Block Island.
135.9er, Comanche 0 Alpha Sierra.
134 request takeoff on runway 4 left.
Kennedy Tower, 935 Whiskey Tango. We're not going to make it back to JFK. We're shooting an approach to a old... It's marked on the VFR sectional as a non-operational airport, but we're going to be putting it down there. Please have fire and EMS ready. We are just barely going to make this. Kennedy Tower 935 Whiskey Tango, did you copy that last?
Whiskey Tango, affirmative. Emergency services will be notified and ready at the old non-operational airport. You are cleared to land there. Winds 300 at 7.
300 at 7. Landing is assured. Unfamiliar with the condition of the terrain, but we're making it back to the airport. We'll be on the airport.
Whiskey Tango, roger. Emergency services are standing by. Winds 300 at 7. Runway 22, clear to land.
Delta 2512, contact departure.
Over departure, Delta 2512, yeah.
Jack 1007 Heavy, do you have a departure?
It's not easy to land with the freaking
Giant 1007 Heavy
12.
Kennedy Tower. Contact New York departure on 135.9er.
New York Tower, wind check.
We're on the ground.
5 Whiskey Tango, welcome to Kennedy. Contact ground on 121.9er.
Kennedy Tower, you can cancel the EMS. It won't be necessary. We're on the ground safe and sound. We're going to shut down here and figure things out. Thank you for the help. Okay.
5 Whiskey Tango, roger. EMS cancellation acknowledged. Glad to hear you're safe. Contact ground when ready.
Ground.
Southwest.
Switching ground, 5 Whiskey Tango. I don't know if they gave me a frequency ground. What did we use earlier?
5 Whiskey Tango, contact ground on 121.9er when ready.
0.9er, 5 Whiskey Tango.
Delta 771 winds, calm runway.
Kennedy ground, November, experimental 935 Whiskey Tango.
Five Whiskey Tango, Kennedy ground. Go ahead.
So we just had an engine failure. We're on the ground at the old closed airport to the south west of Kennedy. No need for emergency services. We're on the ground safe.
Five Whiskey Tango, roger that. Glad you're safe on the ground. Let us know if you need any assistance or a tow. Otherwise, enjoy the scenic view of the abandoned runway.
Having just gone through what I just went through, that's not funny. Thank you for the help. All right.
Five Whiskey Tango, understood.
Well, that was exciting. That was
Caribbean Airlines 521 ready for taxi to active.
I don't even know how to turn down the volume here. Audio.
Caribbean Airlines 521, pushback and engine start approved, tail south. Just make sure the tug doesn't get too attached to the plane, all right?
Caribbean Airlines 521, request taxi to active.
I'll have to figure that out for the future.
Pushback approved, looks like runway 13 west, and we'll make sure that the tug driver has not gone on that coffee break. We do have Bravo on board, JetBlue 686.
JetBlue 686 read back correct, and with information Bravo, you're one step ahead. Contact tower on 123.9er when ready for departure.
Anyhow.
Enjoy the taxi. It's a free tour of Kennedy.
There we go.
All right, we'll go ahead and contact tower 123.9er when ready for departure. We'll call you for taxi for
Oh, it
JetBlue
doesn't
686.
work. Interesting.
JetBlue 686, ready to taxi runway 13 west.
Well, that's interesting. Anyhow.
Delta 1023
I hope this
request
was helpful for somebody.
Delta 1023 taxi to runway 4 left via Bravo, hold short of Juliet. Watch out for those pesky tugs, they're like squirrels today. Contact tower on 123.9er. When you're done playing, follow the leader. Have a good one, 1868.
Although, you know what? I could
Kennedy
probably
Ground,
just
this
do
is
this.
Customs. We are ready for taxi to runway
Oh,
31
no kidding.
right.
So check that out. You turn off all the radios, you turn off power, and the radio doesn't stop either.
JetBlue 8365
So-
taxi to runway 22 right via Foxtrot Alpha Delta, hold short of runway 31 right. Then continue taxi via Foxtrot Echo.
So-
And remember, no tailgating the tug. They're sensitive about their personal space.
Taxi to 22 right via Foxtrot Alpha Delta, hold short
This
of
is
runway
actually
21
useful
right.
information to
Then
have.
continue taxi via Foxtrot Echo for JetBlue 8365. Round JetBlue 8365, holding short of runway 22 right.
Okay,
Cathay Pacific Tree
random
1905.
frequency. Let's see if that quiets things down. All right. Yeah, so that was pretty cool. I'm definitely going to be showing out the cache now for for SayIntentions.ai. The fact that all of that communication right there was done through artificial intelligence, and it on the fly understands what I'm saying and comes up with responses, like, that's just absolutely unbelievable that we're at this point. I was using Pilot Edge for a while as an ATC network because that was super realistic, and that's an awesome network. I have great things to say about it, but I feel like if I just ran into what I ran into there, like, that might annoy some people, because that engine failure was totally my fault because I was overheating the airplane. That's why you see oil. That's why you see oil pressure on the display here. I had the RPM up too high and just wasn't paying attention. Yeah, but Pilot Edge, the fact that it's limited to the West Coast, and I'm from the New England area, so I'd like to be practicing flying in my local area to make myself a safer pilot when I do finally have an airplane to start flying again. So the whole point to building the simulator was always to be able to refresh the skills when I'm going through flying droughts and when I don't have an airplane in real life and haven't flown in a long time. Make sure I'm using the skills so I'm not losing them. I think the setup I have here is awesome for that. Oh, it automatically,
Giant 1007 taxi to runway 22 right via Sierra Bravo Delta, hold short of runway 4
Clearly
left,
I
then
have some
continue
settings I
taxi
need
via
to,
Foxtrot Echo. And don't forget to give way to any tugs out there. They might just be faster than you today.
Except they keep repeating the same thing.
runway 22 right.
Anyhow, I'm going to end the video there. Hope this was useful for some people. Again, see the description below for the information about setting up the sim. I'll see you guys on the next one. Later.